And on the East Coast. Time for the hot topic of the hour. Happening on Capitol Hill today, former Hunter Biden business partner Tony Bobulinski will give a closed-door testimony in front of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees. This is part of the impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Bobulinski worked with Hunter Biden to create the joint venture Sinohawk Holdings with Chinese energy company CEFC. He claims he met with Joe Biden in 2017. He told me he met with Biden many times. In a statement to Fox News Digital back in December, Bobulinski demanded President Biden stop lying. This is, in fact, what he told me directly. He said to me, stop lying about the meeting, call on him to correct the record. James Biden is set to appear for depositions next week, and Hunter Biden is expected on February 28th. Todd, we'll see what we get from these depositions, but of course the Oversight Committee has already exposed money in the millions that the Biden family has taken in from China.
And as you know, when you've spoken with people working this case, let's call it, they all point to Tony Bobulinski as the linchpin. And why is that? Is because when you look at all the players involved in the Hunter Biden / Joe Biden scandal, the Democrats do have some wiggle room, albeit limited, to question certain people's credibility and put them on the stand, quote unquote, as witnesses. Tony Bobulinski, you can't do that. Here is somebody who has said repeatedly, I am doing what's in the best interests of my country. He is not compromised. He's almost like those two IRS whistleblowers. You could say, like, what was your motivation for coming forward? What was in it for you? There's nothing in it for those two whistleblowers. There's nothing in it for Tony Bobulinski, only the truth. And that's what makes Tony so dangerous to the Democrats.
Well, I mean, this weekend, somebody suggested to me that Tony Bobulinski has more recordings. And he's got it on tape of him actually talking with President Biden, then Vice President Biden, about various deals that they were going to do. So we'll see if he actually talks about further recordings that he has that this person said he has been saving for a rainy day, Kelly.
For a rainy day. Well, we're certainly having one today in New York. So listen, I'm very curious to read the transcript from this interview because we have heard from associates of Hunter Biden and there hasn't been that smoking gun. OK, so maybe this is the linchpin.
Hold on. What do you mean there hasn't been that smoking gun?
There hasn't been the smoking gun that ties President Biden to receiving money. There hasn't been that direct tie.
Well, there were emails that President Biden had about 50 emails around the time he traveled to Ukraine with Eric Schwerin, who is Hunter Biden's partner. So why would the president have direct emails with the money guy of Hunter Biden's business and then say he has no knowledge of anything? So that could be a smoking gun. Another one is all these emails that say 10% for the big guy. Then there's the witness testimony. There's that as well. There's $20 million in payments from foreign sources. So I have a problem with you saying there's no smoking gun because I think the Republicans have exposed a lot of smoking guns.
I think that that's fair to point those things out. But when you say the big guy, right, we can all go, OK, wink, wink. I know who the big guy is. But I think Hunter Biden, I have to give him credit, has been very careful about not saying my dad, the president. And so that's where I say there's no smoking gun, because I think it's going to take a lot to get voters and for this impeachment process to fully go through and to really hang.
Todd, you reported something on your show earlier today, and you showed a text from James Gilliar to Tony Bobulinski, I believe it was.
Correct.
And James Gilliar said something like, what? Don't discuss.
Exactly. They don't want you to discuss this. They don't want it to get out there. And when you know what Bobulinski said?
Let's be clear what the text said. The text said something that don't discuss Joe's involvement.
Right. And I believe the underlying premise of that was like, they don't want that to get out.
Because
to which Tony
paranoid.
Bobulinski said, they shouldn't want that to get out. And it underscores the whole thing. I don't want to have beat up on Kelly Day. I will just say there are a lot of people in prison for a lot less when they didn't have, quote unquote, smoking gun evidence. When you put all of the evidence together, again, there are people in prison, there are people who are convicted for a lot less. And so, yes, we all want this actual smoking gun. To use a Boston word, irregardless, you don't need it. There's enough here, in my estimation. And I'm done beating up on Kelly.
Do you think that's
I do.
But the Democrats keep saying that there's, and the media keeps saying that there's no smoking gun, despite the fact that every day James Comer comes on this program. In fact, I spoke with James Comer on Sunday Morning Futures. Let's hear from the chairman of the Oversight Committee. Here's what he told me Sunday.
We need to know exactly what the Chinese were paying the Biden family members for. And I think we've seen now, with all the evidence that's played out, they weren't paying Hunter Biden for his brilliant mind. They sure as heck weren't paying Jim Biden for his brilliant mind. We want to know what the Chinese expected of the Bidens and what exactly the Bidens delivered.
Do you believe that Tony Bobulinski has more recordings of discussions that he had that he's been holding on to for a rainy day?
I don't know. That's something we'll find out. He's been treated very poorly by the Bidens. They've attacked him. You can interview Tony Bobulinski and you get a picture of what those of us on the Oversight Committee have been through. We have been obstructed. We have been harassed. We have been intimidated.
By the way, Rob Walker, another partner in the Hunter Biden companies, told investigators that Joe Biden attended a meeting where he, Hunter Biden, and their other business partners, the chairman of CEFC, were having lunch. Walker says he did not know the exact date, but said it was probably in 2017, and that he was certain Joe Biden was out of the office as VP at the time. He also said that Joe Biden was not there for the entire meeting, but the purpose was to discuss ways we can work together.
Hey, and he magically just leaves the meeting when they're talking about the important stuff. And I just think just the blatantness of, like, how many people do you know deal with energy companies in China and Ukraine the way Hunter Biden does? It's just like it's all in front of our face, so blatant, the kind of influence peddling that's going on right now. And it just seems like we can't somehow indict him for it. I don't understand it.
Well, the House Oversight Committee said that it can, quote, now confirm Joe Biden met with nearly every foreign national who funnels money to his son. Kelly.
I mean, it is beat up on
Kelly. He has no idea about the business.
No, and I hear you.
Yeah.
I think just journalist capital J here, or if I'm thinking of myself sitting in maybe a trial, right? There needs to be that incontrovertible evidence where I can say, well, I'm going to have to convict the president of the United States. I'm going to have to do this. And I think it just, to do that, I hear you, Todd, on the fact that there are so many people.
Didn't Hunter Biden complain that he was paying all the bills for the family at one point?
Yes.
So Hunter Biden's paying all the bills, and he's getting the money, and he's paying, like, construction bills for his father.
That just magically happens. I pay all my father's bills. Can I just make one final point? Because I know we got to go, Maria. I think it's really interesting about these extra tapes. And it shows that Tony Bobulinski is playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. It shows how dangerous he is to this Democrat narrative. Again, we haven't heard from Tony in a while following the 2020 election. He's a big deal. There's a reason he's on the Hill today. I don't think I can underscore that enough.
All right, we will leave it there. Todd, great to have you this morning. Thank you so much. Todd Pyro, we're just getting started this